You have to do a lot of research on getting into fucking Manhattan without getting fucking scammed by taxi people.
Really?
I feel like every time I've gotten here.
No, the taxis.
Why don't you do a Lyft or a Uber?
I should, but I always hear such good things about like New York cabs.
You want the
No,
experience?
they don't scam you at all here. The only times you're going to get scammed in New York City is when you go to like, if you're at the airport and you're like leaving the airport and then they're in the terminal, like trying to be like, hey, guy grabs you, go, hey, do you want to ride? Those are scams. And there's signs everywhere that says don't, but you just go. You walk outside and there's a line for taxis.
First time I came here, a guy did that to me. He was like, oh, do you need a ride? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And I walked through and then I realized when I'm in this vehicle, I'm like, unmarked vehicle, no meter. Fuck, I think I'm. Man, so I start Googling in the back seat. Yeah. I'm like, New York taxi scams. It's like, oh, these people. It's like, okay, well, you know what? Fuck me. A ride from, I think JFK to Manhattan is supposed to be like $60.
$50.
$50. Okay. Yeah. So I'm, fuck it. The guy's probably gonna. I got money out. Whatever. I'll pay him. We get to the hotel, and this motherfucker pulls out a list. And he's like, oh, $264.
Yeah, be like, hey, how about I give you 20 or you can call the police. That's the thing. If you know what you're doing, go, you know what? Actually, I feel like giving you $20. And if you have an issue, let's call the cops. Let's get
That's
them
what
involved.
I did. I think I gave him 80.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is all I have. I'm sorry.
Here's the thing, though. It's like New York, but it's not unique to New York. It's unique to any city that has tourists.
Any big
Because
city.
I've been scammed so many times. Dude, I was in Hanoi in Vietnam, and we took they have actual metered taxis there that are scams with meters, and so you're in the back. You're in the back, and I remember because I realized that because they say this was like in 2007, and I remember reading they're like, don't get into like certain, and we got in one not realizing it, and then you're looking at the meter and it's going like this, and it just goes like so fast, like you're looking at it and it just like jumps like so fast, like it goes from like $5 to like 20, like that, like instantly. You're like, what the fuck was that? But in Vietnam, I was like, I'm not fucking.
We got scammed by like when we were leaving the airport from a taxi driver where it was like
in Columbus.
Yeah. We were just like, okay, it's we'll catch a taxi, but like Uber's $80, so if you want to do it around there or whatever. The guy was like, no, it's 160 right now, and I'm like, yeah, it's on my phone. Here it is. Like, just they're gonna be 10 minutes, so if you want to take us now, you can be $5 more. And the guy was like, no, that's crazy. It's not that. And I was just like, are you mental?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Well, because they know that if they wait long enough, they'll get $160.
Well, and people just don't.
I think he did. I think I did.
So here's one that I couldn't figure out, and I paid the guy, and I tipped him. So I'm trying to figure out if I got scammed last night.
Tip?
Am I not supposed to tip?
Tipping on a scam while you're getting scammed.
Well, because I didn't know if I was getting scammed or not, so I wasn't sure. So I was like, well, I'll be the polite thing, okay? So, because I got in, so from JFK to Manhattan, he said, we do flat rate, okay? And I'm like, oh, fuck. Maybe they flat rate because there's no traffic and he doesn't want to get fucked. I was like, okay, flat rate. So he flat rated me for $80.
No, it's 50.
That's fine.
No, flat rate from JFK. No, it's literally, like, if you look.
JFK can be like an hour drive.
It was about a 40. It was like a 40
If you look on actual taxis,
dude, they have like 64
they have a
to
card.
$55.
All right, well, I've spent $120.
Yeah, you get scammed nonstop. What are you talking about?
So this is where we find out that we're all, okay, everyone is constantly.
It's a fucking table of rubes. Dude, there's a table of rubes right here. Yes, you get scammed all the time, right? Dude, the story you just told about getting scammed in Columbus, the guy goes 160, and then you're like, fine. You're like,
yeah, I'm telling the story like I didn't pay.
Yeah, you're like, you didn't pay it. I still took the scam.
Okay, well, fuck me.
Whatever. I got scammed worse than probably anybody ever. And when I was in China, I went and
ordered a girl, got a guy.
Yeah, hey. No, me and my girl at the time, we were walking around in the Forbidden City or whatever, and this couple comes up to us, and they're like, hey, can we like practice our English? They're a Chinese couple, and they go like, we're trying to practice our English. Is it cool we walk around with you? And we're like, yeah, sure. They're like, our age, and we were in our 20s at this point. And we're like walking around, and then they go, hey, have you ever been to, you know what a Chinese ceremonial tea ceremony is? Like a traditional Chinese tea ceremony? I'm like, no, we never had it. She's like, oh, you should come do it. It's the best, right? So then we go up to this like room, and there's this like woman. I have a photo of it, and they're pouring us these like shots of tea, and there's like little like nuts or whatever, and we're with this couple and we're doing it, and then they're like, do you want more tea? And then at this point I go, oh, we probably have to pay for this, right? Like I didn't even think.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, this is like they're not doing this out of the kindness of their heart. They're bringing us around. So we go, we'll just take the bill, and the bill comes, and it was like $1,200 US, and we had like I think 100, and I don't know, I had 100, and then the guy looks at me and he's like, the guy's scamming me right now, and he looks at me, he hands me, I go, I don't have this much money. He goes, you want to split it? I'm like, what the fuck? Right? He tries to split it, and then we basically were like, and they brought out the thing, and they itemized each nut we ate. Like it was like they were
Stop it.
Dude, it was crazy. And then I remember, I think we ended up giving like $150. It was all we had. And the craziest part is, so we're leaving, and I'm just like, they totally scammed us. But they're not admitting they scammed us. They're just like, we just did this thing.
Yeah.
And the guy was acting like he covered my portion. So then we all leave together. And then we leave, and the guy's like, you want to go grab lunch? I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Beat it.
I go, I don't have any money left to buy you lunch, buddy.
Beat it, Chinaman.
But they actually was like, you want to go get lunch? I was like, you just scammed me.
Relentless.
And the best was we were in a McDonald's at like 3 a.m, like a week later, and there was these guys behind us, and they're from like Utah because we heard them speaking like English, like American English or whatever. And then we started shooting the shit, and then the guy, like, I don't know what we were talking about, but the guy goes, hey, I got a question for you. He's like, did you? And I go, Chinese tea scam. He goes, yes. He goes, yes, exactly. And honestly, and he's like, they got me for thousands.
Thousands?
Yeah, because they were like older dudes and they had money, and they were just like, because what do? You're like, you
This
think
guy
the
did
police
lunch
are going to
and
come,
dinner.
and it's China, and it's Beijing, you don't know. And
Fellas, this is the New Clips channel. Right now, we're at 3K. Hit us with a subscribe. Let's get those numbers up. Very much appreciated. Let's get to 5K at the very least. All right. Thank you. Peace.